conceal some of the good deeds that you do and to train yourself to worship Allah Almighty in privacy as you do in public. The greatest cure for riya, showing off, is ikhfa, concealment. And that is why Diya al-Maqdisi narrates on the authority of Zubayr ibn al-Awwam that the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said, "Man istata'a minkum an yakuna lahu khabi'atun min 'amalin salih falyaf'al." He said, whoever of you is able to carry out some acts of worship in privacy, then let him do that. Because if you know that if you've trained yourself to cry in privacy, it doesn't bother you as much when you cry in public. When you know that you pray in privacy, you're not so affected if you have to pray in public. You've trained yourself to worship Allah in privacy. The fear is when you only know how to worship Allah Almighty in public, and you are a very average, though a below average person in private. I'll give you examples of people who behaved in this way, protecting their good deeds and hiding it from others. Hassan ibn Abi Sinan's wife, she said, my husband used to come and lie down next to me in the bed, and then he would trick me as a mother tricks her child. And he would wait to see me falling asleep, and then he would slip away from the bed. He would begin to pray, wanting to what? Show Allah Almighty this adab of ikhlas, sincerity. Muhammad ibn Wasi', the tabi'i, the second generation Muslim, he said, people in the past, some of them would weep from the fear of Allah, love from Allah, hope in Allah. They would weep for 20 years throughout their salah or the night. 20 years without even their wife knowing. When I began to think to myself, how would Muhammad ibn Wasi' know this? Like, if he's talking about a people whom even their wives don't know about the situation, how would he know? I came to the conclusion perhaps that he's talking about who? He's talking about himself. Ayyub as-Sikhtiyani from the second generation Muslims, he would be speaking to people like this, teaching them. Then he would come across a hadith, his heart would move and he would begin to weep. So he would turn away and pretend that he has a cold, and he'd blow into his handkerchief and he would say, "Ma ashadda az-zukam," cold, flus are so intense, to hide the fact that he is weeping, blaming it on a cold, wanting to protect his deeds so Allah will accept him, to show adab towards his Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ikhlas, sincerity.